Welcome to all my dear Bhaiya Bahan in English class by Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Jha. How are you? Very good. You all are fine in this opposite circumstances of life that the whole world is suffering from COVID-19. In this year, we have faced so many tensions related to coronavirus, but we have to see our career also. We have to make our career also. So, in this way, we have to work, we have to read because our career is just in front of you. Time passes, time doesn't stop, and we have to work. In the previous class, we discussed so many things related to Dr. Sadao, Sadao's father. What did his father want from Dr. Sadao? What kind of doctor became in Japan? Where was the house of Dr. Sadao situated? How did he carry a man who was his enemy? That man was lying near the seashore, and from the balcony, Dr. Sadao saw that a man was lying on the sand. Dr. Sadao, along with his wife, went there to see what is there because it was not visible from his house clearly. But when they went there, they found that there was a man, he was wounded, and that man was suffering from life and death. He got bullet in the back and the bleeding was going on. And all, as we all know that Dr. Sadao was a doctor. And what is the duty of a doctor first? The duty of a doctor first is to treat his patient whether is enemy or friend. A doctor doesn't think that the man whom he is treating is his enemy. No, my dear. In the eyes of a doctor, a patient is a patient, not his enemy and not his friend. In the same way, in the eyes of teacher, students are students. Nobody is his friend, nobody is his enemy. So that this chapter focuses a very remarkable things that everybody should do his duty, because if you will not perform your duty well, then you may lose your job and there will be several questions on you that this man is not good, this man is not doing his duty well, this man is not serving well for the nation, this man is out of duty. So that what is the need to listen such things? Whatever the duty we have got, we should perform. Now see the paragraph. In the last class, we stopped and we are going to start from this paragraph. Thus agreed together, they lifted the man. He was very light like a fall that had been half starved for a long time until it is only feathers and skeleton. So his arms hanging, they carried him up the steps and into the side door of the house. This door opened into a passage, and down the passage they carried the man towards an empty bedroom. Here see the picture of a cock. Here fowl means cock or hen. In this paragraph we see that man was as light as this cock. In this paragraph we see Sadao and Hana lifted the injured man into the house. He was very light. The writer compares his weight to that of a hen that has not been fed for a long time and its body loses flesh and reduces into mere feathers and skeleton. The man's arms were hanging and the dew carried him up the steps into the side door of the house. The door opened into a passage house and they went down the passage towards an empty bedroom. Means that man was carried into the bedroom. Now see the next paragraph. It had been the bedroom of Sadao's father, and since his death it had not been used. They laid the man on the deeply matted floor. Everything here had been Japanese to please the old man, who would never in his own home sit on a chair or sleep in a foreign bed. Hana went to the wall cupboards and slid back a door and took out a soft quilt. She hesitated. The quilt was covered with flowered silk and the lining was pure white silk. In this paragraph, what we see? In this paragraph, we see the bedroom belonged to Sadao's father and had not been used after his death. The injured man was laid on the thick mat on the floor. The writer describes the room. Everything in the room was Japanese, as Sadao's father disliked foreign things. As our government is telling to us to use self-made things, use things made of India. In the same way, Dr. Sadao's father disliked foreign things. Dr. Sadao used everything made of Japan. So in his room there were no any foreign things, there were only Japanese things. Hana went to the cupboard in the wall and took a soft quilt. She resisted putting it on the injured man. Means Hana didn't want to give that quilt to that injured man. Because the quilt was very good, it was very beautiful. The quilt was made of silk. It had a flowery print on it. And the lining was made of pure white silk. So here we see Hana didn't want to give this quilt to that man. He is so dirty, she murmured in distress. Yes, he had better be washed, Sadao agreed. If you will fetch hot water, I will wash him. Here distress means sadness. Dr. Sadao told Hana. When Dr. Sadao told Hana about hot water, Hana looked sad and spoke slowly that the man was very dirty. Sadao said that the man had to be washed. Sadao asked Hana to get hot water so that he would wash the man. Hana said, I cannot bear for you to touch him. She said, we shall have to tell the servants he is here. I will tell Yumi now. She can leave the children for a few minutes and she can wash him. I cannot bear for you to touch him. Here I for Hannah. Hannah did not want that Sadao should touch the man. She said that they would ask the servant to wash the injured man. She would call Yumi to leave attending the children for a few minutes and wash him. Here see Yumi. Yumi is the maid servant of the house. Hannah wanted that Yumi should bring hot water to wash that man. Hannah also wanted that Yumi should wash him. Next paragraph. Sadao considered a moment. Let it be so, he agreed. You tell Yumi and I will tell the others. But the utter pallor of the man's unconscious face moved him first to stoop and feel his pulse. It was faint, but it was there. He put his hand against the man's cold breast. The heart too was yet alive. Here you see the three meanings pallor. Pallor means an unhealthy pale appearance. Stoop means bend forward. Pulse means heartbeat. In this paragraph we see Sadao thought for a moment and then agreed with Hannah. He asked her to call Yumi while he would call the other servants. Before he could go out, he saw the injured man's face. It was so pale that he stopped, bent forward and felt his heartbeat to see if he was alive. The heartbeat was very faint, but it was there. Then Sadao placed his hand on the man's heart to feel it. It was also beating. Sadao concluded thus that the injured man was alive. He will die unless he is operated on, Sadao said, considering the question is whether he will not die anyway. After checking that injured man, Sadao commented that if the man was not operated upon, he would die. He added that even if he was operated upon and saved, he would die at the hands of the Japanese army. So, either ways he would die. Hannah cried out in fear, "Don't try to save him. What if he should live?" See the reaction of Hannah. Hannah screamed with fear and asked Sadao not to save the man. She feared that if he lived, they would be in danger. My dear, we all know that that man was the enemy of Japan. So Hannah feared if anyhow the army will be able to know about him, the police will be able to know about him, then they would be in danger. So Hannah screamed with fear and asked Sadao not to save the man. Hannah didn't want that Dr. Sadao should save that man. Why? Because she feared that if he lived, they would be in danger. Then Dr. Sadao said, "What if he should die?" Sadao replied. He stood gazing down on the motionless man. This man must have extraordinary vitality, or he would have been dead by now. But then he was very young, perhaps not yet 25. "You mean die from the operation?" Hannah asked. "Yes," Sadao said. Here there is a word, vitality. Vitality means energy, life. In this paragraph we see Sadao questioned that What would be the implications if the man died? He looked down towards the injured man and wondered that he had a lot of energy which had kept him alive through such torture. He countered his thought with the fact that the man was very young. He seemed to be 25 years of age, and at the age, people do have a lot of energy. We all know that the people whose age are 20 to 25, they join any army. Army needs young men. Army doesn't need old men. So that boy was only 25 years of age, and at that age people do have a lot of energy. Hannah asked him that did he mean the man could die during the operation? Sadao confirmed her question. See the next paragraph. Hannah considered this doubtfully, and when she did not answer, Sadao turned away. At any rate, something must be done with him, he said. And first he must be washed. He went quickly out of the room, and Hannah came behind him. She did not wish to be left alone with the white man. Americans are known as white men. He was the first she had seen since she left America, and now he seemed to have nothing to do with those whom she had known there. Here he was her enemy, a menace living or dead. See here, Hannah also got education in America. But here, Hannah thinks that that man was her enemy, a menace living or dead. Here, menace means danger, threat. That man was the threat for for Japan, because that man was the enemy of Japan. That man was the enemy of Dr. Sadao. Dr. Sadao and Hannah thought this man creates danger to them. In this paragraph, we see Hannah was pondering. Pondering means thinking over this possibility, and as she was taking time to reply, Sadao left. He said that something had to be done with the injured man irrespective of the result. The first thing was to wash him. As he walked out of the room, Hannah followed him. She did not want to remain in the room alone with the white-skinned man. Since she had left America, he was the first white man she had seen. She had no contact with the Americans whom she had met, as they were her enemies. This injured man was also an enemy and was a threat to them. Now see the next paragraph. She turned to the nursery and called Yumi, but the children heard her voice and she had to go in for a moment and smile at them and play with the baby boy, now nearly 3 months old. Over the baby's soft black hair, she motioned with her mouth, Yumi, come with me. Here there is a word nursery. Nursery means a room in a house for the special use of young children. In this paragraph we will see Hannah turned to the children's room and called out to Yumi. As the children heard her voice, she went inside, smiled at them, and played with her 3-month-old son. As she held the baby, who had soft black hair, she motioned with her mouth to Yumi, asking her to come. In this paragraph, we see Hannah told Yumi to come with her in the room of that man to wash that man's wound. But what Yumi said, I will put the baby to bed, Yumi replied. He is ready. She went with Yumi into the bedroom next to the nursery and stood with the boy in her arms while Yumi spread the sleeping quilts on the floor and laid the baby between them. When Hana requested Yumi to come with her, Yumi replied that the baby was ready for sleep and that she must put it to sleep. Before accompanying her, Hana held the baby and went to the bedroom next to the nursery with Yumi. Yumi spread the sleeping quilts on the floor and laid the baby between them. Okay, my dear, now this is the classwork time. Write two questions here. Question number 1. Who was Yumi? Question number 2. What did Dr. Sadao want to do with that wounded man? Write down these two questions. Okay, very good. Yumi was a maid servant and who also takes care of the baby of Dr. Sadao. Very good. And the next question. What did Dr. Sadao want to do with that wounded man? Yes, very good. Dr. Sadao wanted to treat that wounded man. Dr. Sadao wanted to put out his bullets from his back and he wanted to save that man first. Okay, my dear, your homework is prepare question answers of lesson 4 and next day I will see how many questions you have prepared. Next day we shall start next paragraph. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.